Hello students, welcome back to our video. In this short video, we'll be seeing about relations. So we'll be covering two objectives today. The first objective would be representing a relation, and the second one is to interpret the graph of relations. So first let us see the relations. So we are aware of this graph, right? What is this? This is x-axis and this is y-axis. We have learned this in the previous grades. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. X-axis and y-axis together is called coordinate system. So, how do we represent a relation in a coordinate system? First, let us plot the origin. 0, 0 is called the origin, where both the x and y intersect is called the origin, 0, 0. So here, the right side of the x-axis becomes positive. So this will represent as 1, 2, 3, 4 and it goes on. The left side is the negative part of the x-axis. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3 and it goes on. Similarly, you can plot the y-axis. Upside goes with the positive numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and the downward direction goes with the negative numbers, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. This is the very basic concept for the coordinate system, how to mark the axis. The right side is for positive, left side is for negative, and for y-axis, upside is for positive and down is for negative. So now, can we plot 2, 4, which is called the ordered pair? A way of representation of numbers, ordered pair. So the first number stands for x-axis and the second number stands for y-axis. When a number is given, for example, if I say 4, 5, the first number represents the x and the second one represents the y. So now let's plot 2, 4. So here you have 2, right? So 2, 4. This is 2 and your 4 is here. So this is your point 2, 4. This is the way of representing the ordered pair in a graph. So now if I say you to plot 2, negative 1. How do you plot it? The first one is x, the second one is y. So the second one is negative, right? So we will come downwards, 2, negative 1. So this is your ordered pair, 2, negative 1. I hope this is giving you a better understanding of ordered pair. Now let's see what are the different representations. The previous slide we saw ordered pair, and then we can use graph to represent a relation. The third method is table and the fourth one is mapping. So ordered pair we have seen previously. So now if I want to plot 2, 4, the first step, mark the axis x, y. This is minus x, this is minus y. And now let's plot the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes on like this and downward is negative. And then the right goes with positive. And the left goes with negative. So now what do you have here? 2, 4. So the first one is x and the second one is y. So 2, 4. We'll plot here. This is a way of representation. So now can you try the other three? Negative 1, negative 2. So negative 1 is x. This is y. Negative 1 is here. 2. 3, minus 5. So here you have 3. Here you have minus 5. 3, minus 5. and then you have negative 5, negative 3. So negative 5, negative 3. So I hope you are getting a clear picture of how to plot the ordered pair in 4 different quadrants of the coordinate system. If both the numbers are positive, it is placed in the first part of the graph. This is called first quadrant. And if x is negative and y is positive, it is placed in the second quadrant. If x is positive, y is negative, it is placed in the third quadrant. And both are negative, it is placed in fourth quadrant. This is a way of representing the relations in the graph. Now the third way is table. It's very simple. So let us order this ordered pair. Let us represent in table. The first one is x, the second one is y, right? So x is 2. So x is 2, y is 4, and then negative 1, 2, 3, minus 5, negative 5, negative 3. This is the way of representing it in the table. And then the fourth one is mapping. It's very easier. We will draw two rectangles, and then the x values are called the domain. This is very important. You may get it in your exams. The second one is called the y-axis values are called the range. So now we have to write the x-axis values here. 2, 2, negative 1, 3, negative 5. And in the same way we will write the range here. 4, 2, negative 5, negative 3. 2 is related to 4, right? So in mapping procedure, what we have to do is we have to draw an arrow like this. 2 is related to 4, negative 1 is related to 2, 3 is related to negative 5, negative 5 is related to 3. This is the process of mapping. In all the 3-4 methods, mapping is quite important and it may be useful for the further concepts which you will be learning, domain and range. The x values are called the range. I flipped it. The x values are called the domain. Y values are called the range. Always remember this. X is domain, y is range. I hope these concepts are clear. Now let's try this. Express the ordered pair in a graph, table and a mapping. So in the graph, how do you represent 3, 4? First step, draw the axis. So plot 1, 2, 3, 4. Here negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So let's plot 3, 4 first. 3 you have here and 4 here. 3, 4. And then negative 2, negative 2, 3. So negative 2, 3. I request all the students to practice this. Negative 2, negative 3. And this is 3, 4. So now in the table, how do you represent x, y? 3, 4, negative 2, 3. So in mapping, how do you do? Here we do 3, 4, negative 2, 3, and write what is the domain and what is the range. This is your domain and this is the range. So draw an arrow mark to 3, 4, negative 2, 3. This is the way of representing in the process of mapping. Now let's try this. How to interpret a relation. So when you are given a graph and it is given here, this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. And in a company, they are showing you a sales for the months. So this x-axis represents the month and y-axis represents the sales. So what do you understand from this relation? If they say you to interpret the graph, what do you say? During the initial stage of the first month, initial stage, the sale is constant. Sale is constant because it is a straight line. It is not going up or down. It is a straight line. So it is a constant. From 1 to 2, what do you observe from the first month to second month? The sale is, the line is going up, right? So it means the sale is increasing. You have to interpret a graph like this. So it is increasing. From second month to third month, what's happening? The curve is coming down the line. So the sale is decreasing. This is the way of interpreting a graph. From the graph, you can understand what's happening. So from 3 to 4, what is happening? It is remaining a constant. Third to fourth, it is constant. So you have to write a graph like this. This is the way of interpreting a relation. I hope you are getting this concept of interpreting a relation. So thank you for watching, students. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you.